Welcome everyone to this week of Bronze Tacos Fire Tier Games. We're still in our round one, ladies and gentlemen, and we got a killer of a game tonight. Two teams debuted here in the Fire Tier: Fire Dragon's Bite versus Diving Phoenix. I'm your play-by-play caster, SD Tempo, and I'm joined by.
Hi, I am Purple Nick 14, and I will be your cam person.
And oh man, thank you. First of all, Nick, thank you for joining us tonight. It's going to be
Of course.
one hell of a game, I gotta say. Uh, now, I will say this: we're both pretty new to this. So if you're doing anything a bit sus, ladies and gentlemen, you can you can call us out. But moving on from that, I just want to talk about both these teams here. So Dragon's Bite. Like I said, I'm a bit new to this server, so I was gonna ask you, Nick, do you know anything about Dragon's Bite coming in here?
I do not. I really don't. It's kind of funny. I don't know much about either of these teams. So this is as much of a shock to me as it is to everyone else, or at least you.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do you know any of the players? Like, like Crow or anybody?
The only person I know is Strozel, and it's just because I've played
Oh.
against him in the Smash tournament.
Oh yeah, Strozel, you got that mean Sora that Strozel does.
Yeah.
Um, I will say though I do know quite a bit about Dire Phoenix. They are a team. Because moving on to Dire Phoenix, they are a team from Oasis. Very kind of well-known team. They've been in that server since the debut of 2019. Most of the players here, however, are quite new. They joined last season and have decided to stick around when to the merger here into Bronze Tacos. And for example, some of those players that decided to stick around who joined last season are players like Strolzo, very well known for his hit scan DPS, has a great Torbjorn. Cross, who joined during the playoffs in Oasis, is going to be sticking around. However, we do have some new players joining and returning. Bambi and Juju are returning members to this team, ladies and gentlemen. And something I do want to point out, a bit interesting for a storyline I just want to bring up, is that Bambi is a main tank player, and same as Zen. And both these main tank players are starting here tonight. So one of these guys are going to be popping out the off tank, it seems, potentially. Or who knows when we might see a double main tank. I don't know. This Dire Phoenix team tends to surprise me quite a bit from my time casting them in the past. But I'm assuming one of them, knowing how a Dire Phoenix likes to run, I'm assuming one of them is going to be on that D.Va. So it's going to be very interesting to see which one's going to pop out that off tank. And then Juju, interesting enough about him, is he used to be a main tank player back in the day. He, from what I know, on this little team called Boomers, that never really joined Burros Tacos, so I understand if you guys don't know them, but they were a team in Oasis. And Juju started to migrate over to the support near the middle of the season, if I remember correctly. So it's gonna be very interesting to see him because he's decided to commit to that support. And it's gonna be interesting to see how he merges with his Dire Phoenix team because he's actually benched a longtime main support player, Chuck here. So gonna be very interesting to see what Juju could whip out.
So,
All
do
right.
we
Okay.
have
Oh.
any? Do we have any pre-game predictions? Who's gonna get
Oh.
play of the game? Who's gonna win? What's the scores? Any of that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say predictions. I don't want to say like, for me personally. You can if you want, Nick. But I personally, I will say that I will say a player that I do think is gonna pop off and go absolute crazy is gonna be this Crossfire guy. Crossfire, he was a very prestige, well-known player in Oasis, and he is an absolute nut on the Widow and the Hanzo especially. I'm expecting to see a great performance coming out of Cross. And on the side of Dragon's Bite, I'm expecting it's for Crow. I've heard good things about him. My good buddy here, Stro, who's on DP side, has talked about him quite a bit. So I'm expecting to see a great performance coming out of Crow also. Nick, do you have any like predictions or anything you want to say?
Um, uh, I do not have any predictions. I think Diving Phoenix is going to be more of a uh, sniper heavy. So I think we're probably going to see more of a double shields from Dragon's Bite, but again, only time can tell.
For sure. I mean,
Um,
it's gonna be interesting to see. It's like especially on like Nepal here, you know, like if it gets to that Seychelles map, that double sniper could be absolutely devastating to any team. So it would be interesting to see if DP does whip that out. Um, looks like both sides have their full teams. If I'm correct.
Uh, hey, Tempo, are you able to see match chat?
See it? Yeah,
Yes.
I can see him. Like the yes, I can. What's up?
Uh, just look.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so to basically tell our audience, a wonderful audience here tonight, it seems like something a bit disappointing from DP has come out. DP, two of their players have not completed placements. All of them, I should say. They've done some of them, but not all of them. And because of that, two of these players will not be able to play here tonight. Quite unfortunate. If you're a Diving Phoenix, I would imagine that this is devastating, as this probably was the roster there been practicing for weeks to come now. But that's how the cookie crumbles. If you don't follow the BT rules, you gotta get hit with the hammer. That's just how it be sometimes.
All right. We just gotta get this sorted out real quickly. So if you hang with us for a minute.
Indeed. I'm pretty sure this would take a quick sec to fix. Probably a couple switcheroos from DP, a couple SR checks coming in through.
Uh, sorry, my phone is exploding right this second because they're trying to figure
Don't
this
worry
out.
about it. Sometimes you can't control that. Your phone's just like 1 minute, 1 minute, one minute you try to do something. Your phone's like, no, look at me, please.
Um, so the thing in chat, I need you to confirm that because I'm not live streaming that.
The thing in chat. You mean the placement thing?
Yes,
You want
I
me?
need you.
I
I need
can.
you.
I mean, see, one thing I am a bit curious about is Yarbles did say we were fine and ready to go with SRs and all of that, who's a wonderful Yarbles. But I don't know personally if he missed this or this was like something that was like, exempt. Like I said, I basically never really casted before this league. This is my first time, so um, I can't really fully say, Nick, if this is the case or not. However, I'm gonna assume Fritz has been here longer, so I'm gonna trust Fritz with what he is saying.
That's true. Um, sorry about this. I'm only as fast as I can type.
Okay, it's looking like we're getting these players
So,
subbed out. Or do they leave?
So-
Ooh.
So we are.
It looks like the players I was mentioning have left the custom game, so it looks like their DP can just casually swap these players. They can sub in some players to substitute their positions who potentially have done their placements all the way through all three. Because, ladies and gentlemen, just gotta remember that's part of the rules. You gotta complete all three of your placements if you want to compete here in our or I should say, our Bronze Tacos tournament fire division. So, it's a little bit of a fair warning if your team hasn't competed yet and you have completed your placements. It's quite crucial to do.
We're just waiting on our new lineups.
Yep, and I'm very interested to see what that will be. Now, to just fill in the void here for a second, ladies and gentlemen, with a bit of a talk, DP with this roster kind of being thrown under the rug that they were trying to run the beginning, they're gonna have to substitute some players in, And like I was saying before at the beginning of the stream, Bambi is a main tank player. So, and I'm pretty sure he could play some off tank. I've heard he's been practicing under the rug, kind of a behind the scenes secret. I've heard Bambi's been practicing off tank, so he could play either. So we could see the John Hawk, a classic player who used to be on Nova back in 2019, 2020, who moved over to DP during the pandemic, actually, like around April, May 2020. We might see John return to the starting roster, come in on that main tank, or even the off tank, and Bambi, of course, could play either. Or we might see Chuck return to the tank role. Or we might have seen Lido, who knows? It's very interesting to see who could be some in that tank. And then for DPS, they got a couple picks up their sleeve, and with players like Insane, who's a very well-known and respected flex player. He could play a majority of all three roles. So like, he could come in, and John could also flex with DPS if needed. It's a couple options that DP could go to with this or any of their coming rosters here that they're going to substitute for.
So, you know how we were just talking about earlier, how it's like, oh, double sniper and all that, Dragon's Breath. What do you think is going to happen now? Because you now don't have a double sniper going on.
True, potentially. You do not have that Strozel, sorry, my bad, the Cross, I should say, uh, coming in here on those sniper characters, because Cross is very well known for his Widow Hanzo type of play. However, I do think Insane could potentially pick up either the Hanzo or Widow if they want to run that double sniper potentially. I really haven't seen much from Insane. I've mostly seen more traditional hit scan, like the Soldier. I've also seen the Cassie come out of him, but it's definitely, I feel like, something that he can flex to if needed. If Diving Phoenix wants to run that double sniper comp, maybe on Sanctuary, for instance. But might also just run over a traditional rush comp. Diving Phoenix, they love their rush, so they might just run like a Cassidy Sim or like a Cassidy Mei or even a Mei Sim, something along those lines to potentially fill that gap that could have been lost.
Do you think that we will see very much dive coming out tonight? Do you think both teams are
Oh,
coordinated enough to go with dive?
well, that's an interesting question. Now, I think with Diving Phoenix, I started with them quickly before I talk about Dragon's Bright here. I feel like they can whip up the dive. It's something they really haven't been familiarized in the past with. They usually opt to go for the more traditional rush comps, as a lot of the tank players like Zen and Bambi, for instance, that's their comfort picks. Like 100% are is the Rhine. So they usually center towards more of those two. If there was a dive comp, we might see a ball dive come out of them instead of the Winston dive, but that is very rare. For Dragon's Bite, looking at the profiles and what characters they play, I think we might see a rush come out of them also. Fritz looking like a very comfortable Rhine player. He has those Rhine hours, and Ditto. He's looking like that traditional off take, but with a lot of Sigma. So I feel like for Dragon's Bite, we could potentially see a Rhine Sigma comp come out of them. It would be very interesting, but pretty, if done correctly, pretty devastating. Sigma, has that high DPS and could potentially catch a lot of teams off guard if they don't know what to do against a very good Sigma player. So Dragon's Bite could run that and maybe and definitely or maybe catch DP off guard.
Now, I want to shift focus a little bit and try and talk about something else. Uh, we're always, whenever we talk about Overwatch, we're like, oh, those DPS, they always, get the massive sniper kills and like the long shots across the map. We always talk about the massive tank plays, but we never talk about the supports. Who do you think is going to pop off on support tonight?
Oh, bro. See, I wish I talked more about Dragon's Bite, because like I said, I don't know much about this team, so I can't. However, that will probably change in the future. So, but I can't. But once again, I could talk about DP and their supports because I know a couple of them. For example, Nat, who's actually on the bench right now. What Nat is a very, very good Batiste player. They are very heavy with being on that kill feed, building up those fast windows. And if Nat ever gets subbed in here, I would imagine to say, I can imagine a very good performance coming out of them. And that could, maybe line up the kill feed here and there. Zooms is also very well repped. They are a very flexible player. We've have mostly been seeing them play the main support roles like the Mercy Lucio for like quite a while. Though I mean by quite a while I mean like back in Oasis I should say when where Zooms was competing in before joining BT here. Um, but I could, but like way in the past, like 2020, we were seeing Zooms as being this extremely flexible player. They could play the Zen very well. They could play the BAP when needed. Their Ana is very good too. So I can imagine Zooms also potentially being a very big pop-off presence on this support role. And it looks like we got our new lineup for Diving Phoenix in.
Yep, we got our new lineup. Got Lido in, and we got Insane in.
All right, so this is gonna be interesting because once again, Bambi and Lido, both main tank players. LS Bambi is gonna be running that rumored off tank, so it's gonna be interesting to see what DP is planning here with these two tanks. We're gonna be waiting for averages now, as our Diving Phoenix squad is gonna put that together.
Yep. So, folks, do not worry. We are getting underway.
Slow and steady. It wins the race sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. As we wait for averages here, something I do want to talk about is this Nepal map type. I feel like depending on which maps we get on each round 1 and 2 could easily decide who's gonna win this first game. Like I was pointing out before, Dragon Spike Ditto looks like a very comfortable Sigma player. He has those hours on that Sigma role, a solid 3 hours this season so far. I would imagine quite a bit more, and I can imagine if we get a village for instance, if Dragon Spike could potentially whip out that sim with the Sigma and potentially get to the point first and just hold there, and that could potentially just decide this first map very quickly. I'm very interested to see if that happens or comes out of Dragon's Bite. It might not. I could be once again speaking out of thin air. That could happen quite easily, but I'm assuming, looking at these hours, that Ditto might whip that out, and either Crow and Team could potentially pop out that sim.
Now, I do personally feel like we have a very good map pool lineup for tonight. So our first map is going to be Nepal, as you can see. Our second map is going to be Kings Row. Our third map is going to be Havana, which is always a good time on both Kings Row and Havana. Our fourth map is Temple of Anubis, and if we get there, our fifth map is going to be decided by you, the folks at home, and whatever map you guys want. That is like an escort or control.
Ooh, it's gonna be like an interactive round of Wheel of Fortune. You get to be the interactive stars. We're almost past our 10-minute mark, I'm assuming, at this point. So DP is gonna have to hurry up quite a bit here if you want to get this started before they're forced to potentially forfeit a map here. Ooh, very interesting. Looks like a last-minute swap might have come in. Nick, do you see this? It looks like Chuck edited his original roster posts for switching himself, Holy Chuckster, in for Juju.
do you think that will majorly affect DP with their support and support lineups?
Actually, no, I don't think it will much. Diving Phoenix ran a lot of Chuck on that main support, that Lucio Mercy role last season back in Oasis. So this is actually something I feel like they should be more comfortable with compared to the Juju, who they just picked up at the beginning of this BT season. So I actually would imagine this could potentially either be a boon or buff. And the reason I say a boon also, because I don't know if Chuck stopped playing support altogether and went back to tank, or he stuck to support. So potentially he could be rusty. It's very much a coin flip, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We got our first ready from Holy Chuck. And are ready from the side of Dragon's Bite, so we should be ready to go. Moving into map 1 of Nepal.
Here we go, what you've been waiting for. I'm excited.
I am too. I'm excited to see what DP has conjured with this Frankenstein comp they had to put together last minute here, and what Dragon's Bite has coming up their sleeves. I'm very interested to see what these teams whip out here on the first map type, which is gonna be Village. Now, as you go to the countdown clock, I'll do a bit of a guessing game of chat here. Who are you expecting to see comp-wise? You're gonna expect to see a rush comp. You're gonna expect to see maybe like a ball poke comp or a dive comp or even a double shield. And Nick, what are you expecting here?
I don't know. I think this is gonna be more of a mad dash to the center, but also control it. So, as you can see for DB, you can see actually for both sides, you can see the Sims. They're going to try and sim Lucio. They're going to try and rush and get there.
Seems so, but something that's been interesting, Nick, Teamed, if I'm saying your name correctly, is going to be on the Junkrat, it seems, on the side of Dragon's Breath, or Bite, I should say. That's gonna be interesting. Is if Lido is on point with his diva, he might be able to eat a lot of teams' minds and neutralize that Junkrat. If not, however, a team could get some insane value coming here on the point. Okay, teleporters going up on the side of Dragon's Bite. It looks like they're gonna get first control here. Turrets going up, and now DP not gonna have that early control. Gonna have to back up and respect that sim. Pro building up so much charge for Honda. She goes down early. Strozo finding that pick on the Reaper. Pin goes down from Bambi. He is out of his team's sightline by himself. Gonna get blown to smithereens by this Junkrat and Dragon's Bite. This might be a comfortable cleanup for them. Fritz does go down with Lido, and that might be enough actually to turn this around with DP. Strozo has to be kept up. He's the main damage source, and he's taken down. Dragon's Bite comfortably here, gonna take this first control. DP backing up. They're gonna have to wait for Strozo to get back with them before they do an air push. However, they got to be careful. The ults on the DPS from the side of Dragon's Bite are ready to go. Crow, with that sim wall, they easily divide this Diving Phoenix team. And the entire team easily turn this around. Beat comes out, the counteract dooms his pole, and that might be enough. The Shatter comes out, gets no one, and Shatter from the side of Dragon's Bite is absolutely massive. Gonna turn that fight around and wins the fight. Dragon's Bite quite dominantly. DP gonna have to go back to spawn and potentially rethink a strategy maybe. The mole's gonna be... Oh, sorry, go on.
It's been a very interesting and very close match here. Let's see if DP, the pink team, let's see if the pink team can actually get a pull ahead and get the point.
Looks like that's gonna be a good start for Nick. Bambi gonna be falling into that wall. Beat from Holy Chuck and keep Bambi up as he aggressively pins in. Strozo gonna pop the frost out. Absolutely massive there coming from Strozo.
And that is exactly what they needed. They exactly needed that to flip it, because if not, then they'd be stressed and put down to the 95. But it looks like the blue team, because I can't remember who's who, is going top right now.
indeed. They're gonna have that wall coming up from Crows pretty soon, but Bambi going in aggressive, pins in with the bomb. Shatter just to solidify this win. Points being capped, but I mean, it's not the worst game in the world for the side of Dragon's Bite. Getting this cap is just gonna add more percentage, a little bit more percentage share. Gonna maybe get to that in 79 to 80%, it looks like. And yeah, 80%. So now Dragon's Bite, getting that extra percentage, has one more fight to win. DP gonna have to hold on for a couple more team fights here if they want to take this first map. First roundage. Early Cole gonna come in from Zooms, gonna be keeping up Bambi, going for an aggressive charge and paying off. Gonna make the space for Insane, full charge, being melting the competition there. Dragon's Bite didn't use any ults however, which is great for them. They can now back up, save those ults up. They almost have the beat, they almost have the wall. They're gonna have the grab and shatter, and they have the tire. They can now potentially come in here and take out DP, who is only gonna have a shatter and tire or wall to counteract these ults on the side of Dragon's Bite. Dragon's Bite going bottom this time. Simtoper though, Toper behind, and there we go. Grab a tire, just getting the job done, cleaning up DP. Only Stroll's alive, but I don't think he's gonna be lasting long here. Teen going up, and he actually does fall to Stroll, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Stroll probably get the reset, but he's not. He's been dropping down, and Dragon's Bite's gonna clean him up. Ditto finding him there. Now DP with a stack. Remember, we're gonna have to fight this 5v6. DP pulling the Overwatch 2 here. Double walls going up. Fritz so close to a shatter. Bambi so low. He's got the back around a corner. Right on D-Max, and there we go. First blood going to the side of Dragon's Bite. Bambi does find Crow, but that might not be enough. Strolzo also finds one, but once again, Fritz's shield is up and ready to go. Blocking all that damage that could harm his team there. And just like that, Dragon's Bite, with some scuffles here or there, will take the first round.
First round of the first game here, folks.
Yeah, and so far, Nick, it's looking like Dragon's Bite has quite the nasty bite. Coming in there, just quite dominantly holding that point there to 80%. DP could have had a huge walkway to work towards when it came to holding that point there. Swaps coming in on both sides, and here's kind of something I theorize with Ditto going in that Sigma. He is, and something I do like to see. We're going to be seeing a ball comp coming out of the side of Dragon's Bite. Fritz's job here is just to potentially knock out Zooms or Insane out of position, maybe be a bit of a nuisance, and just allow this Junkrat and Tracer to get this poke damage, looking for a pick. Fritz is going to be fireballing into the team, knocking over a couple opponents, and just absolutely disrupting here. DP with his rush, trying to find a target rush, but they can't find it. Dragon's Bite just gonna back away from Bambi here, and Ditto finding the first blood. That's your main blood source if you are Phoenix. Zoom's gone. Bambi does find the pin, but it won't be enough. The Discord Orphan Chips is so dominant right now, just absolutely melting these tanks. Dragon's Bite, quite comfortably, ladies and gentlemen, are gonna take this first capture here. No swaps that side DP. They're going to be wanting to run this Reaper still. So they're going to be wanting to run these Sims still. This might potentially fight them though. Fritz engaging with the mines, going to try to separate Lido, and they do. Lido out of mech early, and that is already potentially a lost teammate for DP. Gozo does find chips, but it's already too late. Damage might have been done. Insane is in, however. If he finds a second pick, this could be turnable, and it is. Insane gets taken down just in the nick of time. However, Crow clutching out there. DP just throwing bodies on point at this, but however, I don't think it's gonna be enough. And it does get found, but there's still a ball here, the stall point, and here it comes. The choo-choo train of Fritz. Stalling this point for his team to get back in time. Ditto back in time, almost has plugs to that 85%, but that Shadow might clear it out. Chips deleted. Bite so messy, so back and forth. Teenagers trying to make this a guaranteed win. Get the 2 tired, but Strolzo says, nah, son, I'm not done just yet. Death Blossom on that Junkrat, and that's really the turning point. A bit of a celebratory beat there coming out for Chuck, but this should be it. They just need to kill the ball to get this fast capture. 70% going in Dragon's Bite favor at this moment. And there, oh, one more person. There they go. 34% gain, and DP finally get control here on Nepal.
I'm under attack. My path is full.
One thing you gotta be worried if you are Fritz, or I should say DP, is Fritz. He has built a minefield up during his stall, and that minefield was what won the team fight so far for this team. And there we go, engaging with that minefield, gonna separate the tanks, gonna make Bambi have to leave those bombs with his shield. And with a low shield, he's gonna have a bit of a struggle. He does find both DPS, but I think that might not be enough. Strolzo, however, might change my he's gonna change my mind, gonna make me stand corrected. Strolzo finding Ditto, finding Hana, and just absolutely turning that team fight around for DP there.
Not as young as I used to be.
The good news for DP, is that they haven't used a lot of ults. It wasn't an ult heavy fight at all, only using the sim wall. But also the good news, if you are a Dragon's Bite fan, is that Dragon's Bite only used tank ults, and Fritz is already halfway there. Look at that, 52%. Very solid build time coming out from Fritz here. And they have a pulse bomb, they almost have a tire, and they have support ults. So Dragon's Bite has the ults to work with. This might be a good start. Pulse bomb comes out, lowers Bambi to a crisp of HP, and he is down and out. Zoom's gonna follow, gonna die with that coalescence, it seems. And Diving Phoenix is really gonna die on points here. Plano gonna fly on, just get some more percentage at that 87 there. Try to give DP that last team fight that they're gonna desperately need here if they want to take this first map even further. And Dragon's Bite now on the checkpoint to potentially win this first round, or this first map, I should say. DP gonna hard rotate here on the right. Gonna start with that early pull. They want to keep up Bambi as he goes through these pressing lanes, but that minefield can make it so difficult. Cole will take on Chip, gonna take out Hana, but the damage might be done for the DPS on the side of Dragon's Bite. Fiend and Crow just taking out Stroll and Bambi there. Okay, you're gonna get real scrappy, and this ball is gonna make it extremely difficult with DP. Chuck fighting two, this might be enough. The pulse bomb almost gets zooms, but it's not just enough. Chuck fights a third on Crow. The Reddit Lucio coming out from Holy Chuck might save the day for DP here. I don't know if anybody could touch, and looking like that won't be the case. Hey, Phoenix, gonna scrap by there and take this to a third round.
Score.
And you know that means, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Sanctuary here.
Ready for battle.
Over my dead body.
Try not to get yourselves killed out there.
Both teams are going with the Ryan Diva. That is a very interesting comp.
4, 3,
And the more Lucio. Actually, the only difference is the soldier to the Mei. So let's see how that works out.
Yeah, I gotta say, Nick, that difference is gonna be humongous. That Mei, especially if you get very point control like you're seeing right now with the side of Dragon's Bite, can be so devastating. But Ditto gets separated from the team. How did that happen? And Crow gets pinned. There's no Mei on the field now. DP capitalizing on that little mistake from Ditto and just pull through perfectly. And now Dragon's Bite, even with the point control early there, are gonna lose that first team fight. Lido's gonna jump off the edge there, get a mech reset, because he was demech during that team fight, it seems. And now DP, with first control, without their diva, are gonna hold close here. Very risky play that Dragon's Bite can easily capitalize on here. As look what they're gonna try to. Crow, got off the main, he's gonna go to that Reaper, that more burst damage close range. Strozo separated, gets picked, and that's a great start for Dragon's Bite. Plano just got back in, but it might be a little bit too late. Showers on both sides, absolutely humongous. And it's looking like DP might be the one benefiting more from that. Bambi does go for aggressive pin, and that might have cost him. Crow, Bambi in the jaw, taking him down. Both rides out of the play. And now Dragon's Bite collapsing onto the Team X D.Va. Once again, this fight is getting extremely messy, but DP still with the control, still in their favor right now. And Dragon's Bite gonna have to do something to turn this around. High Noon comes out, but Bambi just swats him like a fly. Teen gone, gonna get a pin on Fritz, and he's gone. Bambi absolutely just clutching it right now for DP. Dolan Crow on the field, but he is so low. Gonna need his Lucio. There he is, Chips making it out back in time, but the coalescence from Zooms just gonna make that so much more difficult. And Dragon's Bite gonna have to definitely reset here. The May is coming back down. The team gonna be going for that, and I won't lie. I like to pick a lot, but it might be a bit too late. You might not be able to build a blizzard in time here. Bambi gonna go for the aggressive pin, not gonna catch anybody, but the double beats will come out. They gotta keep Bambi up, who is now frozen in place, and he gets a 2K shatter. What? Insane falls off the edge. I don't know if that was intentional, but however, DP looking like they might be able to clean this up, especially under with Stroll's High Noon there. We only have 3 players left on the field beside Dragon's Bite. Briggs about to get back out. This might be turnable, actually. I'm standing corrected, it looks like, because it is turnable. Crow fighting Strozo. Boston coming out the Crow just to finish the job. They want that point control desperately, and they got it. Dragon's Bite gonna get it, but they're gonna have to hold one huge hold here. That 99% looking so daunting right now for Dragon's Bite. Fritz gonna be going aggressive here. He's stunned and he's so low, absolutely melted instantly. Unfortunate for the side of Dragon's Bite. And now he's isolated. Diving Phoenix now walking in. Looking like this is gonna be a confident map victory here. Middle does have the bomb. This might be able to catch somebody. It doesn't, however. Bambi, we're gonna be blocking that, it seems. And DP march forward. And then it's looking like they're gonna have to. Oh, never mind. Crow gonna be with the last second touch. But there we go. Map flipping to them and down. You're in crisis mode if you are Dragon's Bite. You gotta get something going here. Blizzard coming out for the beat. Was not even chucking him. It's not gonna be doing much here at all. Couple last man touches both tanks. But it's looking like it won't be enough. DP, they will take the first map here against Dragon's Bite.
That was a very interesting and very close match there. That could have gone either way for a lot of it.
Most definitely, Nick. I gotta say, it was still back and forth. There was a moment there where I just thought Dragon's Bite was gonna have that, right? They were holding that firm control there on that second point.
Yeah. Now, was there
50 eliminations. Oh, sorry.
That is insane. Now, was there anything in that match or in that gameplay that completely shocked you? Something that you were not expecting, something that you had never seen before?
I will say I was pretty shocked to see Strozo on that Reaper. Strozo, he's someone who can play the Reaper, but I don't personally really see him on that role that much. He usually likes to stick to the Cassidy when it comes to any of the hit scan type of characters. He's been playing that Hanzo also a lot recently, trying to pick that up. So I was quite shocked to see that on the side of Diving Phoenix. And for Dragon's Bite, something I was very impressed with was their ball comp. I did say in the beginning of the match we could have saw a ball, maybe a ball poke comp, and we did see that coming out of Dragon's Bite with that ball Zen. And I think they ran that very well. Sure, they did lose that map against DP, but they had a very firm control over DP there for quite a while with that ball, and I think that's just something I gotta point out from Dragon's Bite, a really large compliment I gotta give to them. However, Nick, we're going to King's Row, and what do we see quite often here on King's Row?
We normally see. Sorry, I was taking a sip right there. We normally see a sniper up top. Let me rephrase that. We normally see like snipers or someone who's like super long range tucked away in the back trying to get picks, and then we see a very brawly comp at the main wall for the first point.
Oh, we
But
do. I
af-
mean it's actually kind of like a common so common thing, just seeing like especially on the attack, just seeing like the Hanzo shooting down or trying to get a early pick there, or a Widow, you know.
Yep. But the main question is when you move on, if you get past the first point and you start pushing the payload, are you going to take main? Are you going to take back hallways? What is the game plan? What do you think is going to be the game plan for each team?
That's gonna be very interesting depending on what comp they run, right? Because like if they run like that, like if Dragon Bite runs that ball comp again, I can imagine potentially a more split type of playstyle where you see some people go hallway, the ball goes mid, the Sigma might go mid also, or might go hallway also, and see kind of like that double pincher where like one team goes hallway and takes to the high ground on the and on bar on that second point on King's Row, and while the ball goes in and gets the pile to set up plays. But if we see that rush again from Dragon's Bite, we might see them just all go hallway, go around and rotate around to the backside, or maybe just stick to payload and just push that payload down mid. Okay, so where is match chat? I have lost. Oh, there it is. Okay, it looks like we might have got a roster, but some last minute swaps are coming in for DP, so that roster is maybe not fully out, but but still, I will read it out for the ladies and gentlemen at home. So, as Bambi is going to be staying in with Insane and Strolzo. However, we're going to be seeing an entire swap of the support line potentially with Nat and Juju coming in, and John going to be coming in on the tank. John, you know, he used to play a lot of main tank. He is favored more towards the off tank lately, so I would imagine he's going to be sticking to that off tank while Bambi continues to play the main tank here. And Nat and Juju, Juju usually plays the Lucio. It's his favorite, favorite character to play out of all the supports, specifically in the main support category. So I would imagine to see Juju sticking to that Lucio, and Nat probably gonna be sticking to her bread and butter, which is the Batiste. Dragon Bite has not given a roster out just yet. Oh, what's up?
John just
Oh,
left.
yeah. John said he was having a bug where he couldn't scroll through the menus, the social menus, to go join voice chat. So he's gonna be, I guess, restarting his game potentially. A quick second. Hope he does it quite fast because we are already a little bit behind on time right now because of the unfortunate SR issue Phoenix had earlier. So I hope John does her that reset up quite speedily.
Now, if you are just joining us, this is our second game of the night, and we are going to King's Row. If you ever do miss any action and want to go back and watch any of it, you could always go back and watch it on the Twitch channel. But we also do have the YouTube channel, Bronze Tacos Gaming, that you could watch all games that have been broadcasted and watch them back and all that stuff. We also, if you want to join a team or an org, you can always join the Bronze Tacos Discord server. I think it's Bronze Tacos Gaming. Am I correct?
Indeed, it is the Bronze Tacos Gaming. The full name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be quite fun. Dragon's Bite will be sticking to the same lineup coming into King's Row. So we're gonna be seeing Fritz on the main tank again, Ditto on the off tank. You know, Teen gonna be probably playing that Junkrat maybe flex DPS role with maybe the Reaper or May coming out. You know what we saw, probably around the same comps we saw on Nepal. We might see come out on the King's Row here. Okay, so we've got our first ready from the side of DP,
Phoenix.
it looks like.
Yep, Phoenix.
So have they? Oh, they have. Okay, they have posted their average, so we are good. They are good to go. It seems like. And Fritz has posted his average for Dragon's Bites, but we have to wait in for their ready now. It'd be quite interesting to see what comes out of both these sides. Like I said before, I could actually, if Dragon's Bite doesn't want to run that rush or mirror that rush comp, I can easily imagine them running that ball comp again. I feel like they had a lot of success with that, and I would love personally to see them pop that out again with the Tracer and maybe the Junkrat. If they want to run that again, they could maybe run the Echo if Fiend or Teen, I should say, is comfortable on that Echo. We'll see when going into map 2 here.
Well, here's the thing. If you run the junk, you have shield break for the half wall right there. But then if you have a sniper, you won't have someone at midfield. You can't have like an Echo along with that unless you have a sniper that switches to Echo. If
That is
makes
true,
sense.
and yeah, that shield break, especially against like a rush comp, if we see like a traditional rush of like Rein Zarya for the side of DP, that Junkrat could be devastating for the Reinhardt. The lack of Diva just not, without that DM eating up those junk mines could just make a Rein's life absolutely horrid. So it's gonna be interesting to see if we see that, but nope. John Hawk on the attack, you're gonna be on the Diva, not the Zarya. However, double sniper coming out on the side of Dragon's Bite.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Attackers incoming.
Indeed, and something I do want to point out that I find quite interesting is Hana gonna be on the Mercy here. Not gonna be a lot of speed for Fritz, so Fritz is gonna have to play very passive on this Rein if he doesn't want to get walled off here by Insane. It's gonna be maybe a bit difficult for him. However, that Batiste from Chips could have to do some potentially extra work here if the wall comes up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay, attack coming in on DP, and they're gonna be pushing into this first
Oh,
pick going in
nice.
favor. And that's absolutely massive for the side of Dragon's Bite. Dragon's Bite now can play as slow. They get back up and play this corner, and it's gonna benefit the Juju getting caught out there. DP gonna have to instant reset. They don't have a Lucio. They can't play that speed game. They're gonna have to back up and wait for that Lucio to respawn. Just like that, Nick, you're seeing that sniper go full benefits here. DP now with a full squad. It'll be grouped together here, rotating through Hotel. Wall comes up. Fritz now a wall away. Doesn't have much ways to go, but the immortality is there just in time. It saves him. Chip's good with the clutch play, but he gets taken down. It is a trade, however. Pin comes through. Nat gone for the count, and Dragon's Bite comfortably here are gonna take an Arrow team by victory. Stroza will get Hana, but I would imagine Hana will be back in time with their team when the next team fight begins. Rock coming out from Ditto, gonna delay John's pursuit a bit, but it won't be for long. Pinned out of the Immortality Field, Fritz, he's down for the count. Res coming out from Hana, no one's stopping them, and Hana gets the res. Dragon comes down, straight down onto Bambi, melting his corpse to a crisp. And Dragon's Bite just might have turned this around. John tried to get the pick on the Mercy, but he is so far gone out of position of his support. It's gonna have to take a lot of work from Nat here to turn this around. It might be done. Juju finds feed before they get the grapple. And it looks like DP, with the window from Nat, we're able to clutch it out here. And Dragon's Bite just gonna back up and save these guys for the next team fight. Bambi has the shatter ready to go. That is one thing I want to say. However, it's going to be quite difficult to land. You have that double barrier on the side of Dragon's Bite. They have that Sigma barrier, they have that Rhyme barrier, and you have the Flux that could potentially lift you up before you can even shatter around the corner here. Or you can get hit by shatter like that. Fritz lands the shatter with the Immortality and feet coming out the side of Nat. And Juju saving Bambi there. Bomb Shatter combo comes through, and that is a clean wipe for DP, but a very expensive team fight for them also. Insane that 95% of the Blizzard of the matches what DP are going to be going for with their initiation here. It's the only ult they have on the bank. The side of Dragon's Bite, they have that Flux still. Ditto holding onto that bad boy ult. And he's gonna be able to use it, initiate with the window. Great combo there coming out. Immortality is there from Nat 102. Cancel a lot of that damage. And there's the Blizzard. Fritz pins out just in time, but he's alone to the gunfire of Strozol. And Dyphoenix stampedes forward. The res is there on Ditto, but at what cost? Dyphoenix gonna quite swiftly capture second here. Kane's gonna be going over to that Junkrat. It's looking like a very big counter pick for him, but it's gonna be quite difficult. If Dawn's, like I said before, if Dawn has that DM on point, it's gonna be extremely difficult with Junkrat to get that damage built up. Build up that tire against that Diva there. Insane, trying to freeze the Ditto on the Zarya, not be able to out of that bubble from Ditto is up. Pulse comes out from Crow, and Crow with the 3K gonna clutch it out and stop his pursuit from DP to go from going for even further.
Do you think we're going to be able to see a big tire from the junk?
I think we will. It's built up, ready to go. Team probably going to be holding back here for trying to get picked. Shatter going to get blocked. However, the pick on Trips is a great start if you are DP. That's the BT's gone, no immortality, and Fritz is melted to a crisp, gone to oblivion. Hana now being walked out on this Brigitte, and she is swiped. Tire gonna be held on to. Probably the smart play from teams. Oh, everybody's popping out now! Gets nobody, unfortunately. The cryo from Insane was up, and the shield was also up from Bambi. The damage could be blocked there. Now you're in panic mode. If you are Dragon's Bite, you are your shields gone, and DP just gonna blow their load here, popping out the High Noon, popping out the Blizzard, the bomb, and DP gonna capture all 3 points of a solid 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
Very good time bank. Very good. I feel like they have a very good cushion right now, and I think that this is gonna be a very interesting defense and very important defense from them. Because this could either say, hey, we're up to nothing, we have the lead, we have try and take it from us, bring us to game 5, or this could be the 1-1, like, ooh, this ground's a little shaky right now.
Most definitely. I mean, Nick, I can definitely see, like, this, if they get for Dragon's Bite to get a faster time bank if they run some call like that double sniper again on this attack, and it's looking like that's gonna be the case.
Like right there.
Team gonna be back on that Widow that won that first team fight for them, and Crow going back into that Hanzo. Oh, something interesting though. Double barrier
Attackers incoming in.
It's honestly, you know, I know a lot of people kind of do criticize Double Barrier in modern days, but Double Barrier is insanely good with that double sniper if you play that slow poke style. And I can imagine Dragonbite understands that, and they're going to be playing that slow poke at that round statue around choke point here on King's Row.
But here's the thing, they have a sniper up top right now. What is the defense gonna do? They don't really have a sniper. I mean, they have a torp turret, but that's not gonna do very much.
They're definitely gonna have to play slow, Nick. They're gonna have to play around this corner, out of sight lines, away from Teen. They know Teen is talented enough to land those shots. They don't want to peek them and wait till an early kill like that one there. John fighting Fritz. Fritz just not having the support there. It seems like that he needed at that exact moment. He will get res, however. Hana there for the rescue, and the team fight will continue on for Dragon Fight. Cole comes in, but DP now ready to go. They're going to go speeding in, right in. Teen first to fall, baby, swinging away. Strolzo alongside his Ryan. They're going to be picking off the sweet pickings. Crow does find Insane with that sonar headshot, but it's not going to be enough here. Crow just going to have to back up before John gets to him, and indeed that's what he's going to do. Crow backing up to the feeder here, waiting for the next team fight coming in here from the side of Dragon's Fight.
Time to raise my APM.
Massive swaps coming in, teams going off the window to Junkrat, and we're going to see the same Sigma Ryan Palm. However, no Batiste this time around from the side of Dragon's Fight, and that might fight them pretty hard. Branch gets walked on, he's down. However, that Dragon might be a great start. Bambi is once again taken out by Crow's Dragon. They're gonna have to take down these DPS, however. Strolzo and Insane pumping in so much damage, and the Nano Diva on point. So much stall coming in from DP. The wild Strolzo just keep walking in. Here he goes, Molten Core coming through, and Strolzo with the 4K gonna clean that up there for DP. Those swaps on the side of Dragon's Fight, they're gonna want to commit to this, and understandably, they have the Sigma ult, they have the Valve, and they're gonna have the Colt coming up soon. They want to definitely do these ults on them before they even consider a swap. It seems going through Hotel, Bambi's gonna meet them there. Sweeney away, and John finds Crow early in the bot line. Beat comes out, the cancel that flux. The massive play there coming out from Juju. And now, with the tech rise and burn over Insane, this might be it. The bomb coming in from John, just a good drop there, getting 3K.
Game on.
Now, we're about to hit the minute mark for Dragon's Bite. I gotta say, it's looking quite dire, Nick.
It does. It looks like they're just like throwing everything.
Nat could have the Nano ready to go for this next team fight. Probably gonna pop it on Bambi. I wouldn't be surprised. Shatter comes out, catches two. Hana on the floor, failing to maybe get out. No, she cannot. She's gone. And just like that, DP asserting a cleanup there.
60 seconds remaining.
It might. Oh, Ditto. Oh no, Ditto gonna get staggered here. So unfortunate. Might have to go back to spawn and get the quick swap back and forth. And indeed, that is what is gonna happen. The minute counter has just been passed.
This is where you have to throw all your ult.
Indeed, you gotta throw that tire, you gotta throw that dragon,
you
and
gotta
you gotta throw that shatter.
You gotta throw the tire to control them, and then throw the dragon where they are.
It's getting quite difficult though. Well, that's a great start. Team coming out with the clutch tire, fighting two, getting a third with the concussion mine onto Strolzo. The Nano on Bambi just wasn't enough for DP. And the multi-core, sure, it's on the field, but a little bit too late. Dragon's Bite getting the fast cleanup there, and the dire breath in the last second. Looking like they're gonna cap the first checkpoint here.
Stop the payload.
I will say though, your Dragon's Bite is quite unfortunate. You're potentially, if you don't take out this first or second checkpoint stay fast, you're not going to be able to get the better time make with DP. And it's going to be a bit difficult to get that better time make with Fritz going down so early. Bambi laying that fat shatter there onto him. Juju taking down by Crow. That is it. Lucio gone. However, this bomb, looking absolutely humongous, does separate the team and split Hana away, allowing her to get picked by Insane there. Dragon Fight now, just got the play slow around Karm. They do not want to push up out Crow and Hana with them. Do I poke here, build up maybe the tire, build up maybe the dragon when Crow gets back, and then push with those ults already on the board. There we go, Crow coming out for chips, but the Nano can counteract it from the DP. Bambi just swinging away onto the competition. Being going to get aggressive with this concussion, and it's huge! Jordan Nat out of the ball game here, and with full confidence swelling through. Dragon's Bite will continue forward, but Fritz, wait a minute, he's gone, and he's out for the count. The beat comes in from Juju Insane with the beat stacked onto it. Tidevisor stampedes forward, and Diving Phoenix, they're gonna clutch it out there. And the minute mark once again being hit. Dragon's Bite, they're gonna have to pull a miracle out. And I'm gonna say once again, it's gonna be up to Teen probably to get that huge tire again.
This has been very interesting.
This will heal you.
Insane playing on bar right now, keeping it behind, trying to find something. Tired and gone! Teen gone for the count! That's your Deus Ex Machina if you are the side of Dragon's Bite. Fence also gone, you have to reset instantly. You gotta get back to your team before you get any more staggers. Indeed, Chip's gonna get taken down, and unfortunately the staggers are there, and I don't know, Nick, it's looking like this next team fight is gonna be a 3v5, a 3v6 I should say.
It might not even be a team fight.
Bomb gonna be dropped, and the front gate. Brick's gonna get the touch just in time, but so much damage has been done. Here comes the dragon. It's actually huge. It does separate the supports and gets Juju. A great start with the shatter onto Crow's noggin there. I think it's gonna be it. Nail onto John. Just to get some, take out these cleanups, his Diva and this Lucio here. And that's that. DP gonna take map 2 here. Making this series 2-0 so far in the favor of Divine Phoenix.
Play of the game.
Assuming this is the 4th fight? Yep, there it is. The back one here.
Very nice play.
Very nice indeed. Yeah, Strolzo there just doing some wonders on that Torbjorn on that first point. See with the 43 frames of limbs, 54 kill precipitation. Very, very high if for a team like DP who plays that extremely aggro style.
So, it's 2-0. Let's start with I'll start with Phoenix. It's 2-0. You're riding the high. What do? Do you keep the same lineup? Or like maybe change it a little bit, but keep the same idea, keep the same energy going, or do you just change it up to counter what they're gonna counter you with?
That's a great question. You said if you're at the side of Phoenix, I will say you probably maybe swap in what you're planning on your map 3. Though that might be not the option right now, as 2 of the players were unfortunately out because of SR. So potentially they might just stick to the same comp. And on the side of Dragon's Bite here, I gotta say I'm very curious to see. Yes, that maybe a bit more of a different comp coming out of them. They turned around that double barrier. They instantly swapped off it. They honestly didn't really give that double barrier much of a shot, and they went immediately back to that rush comp with the Sigma, with the Rhine, and the Mercy Moira. And I think that was just the biggest problem, is the Mercy Moira. They're not really the players themselves. The players are doing a great job, but more with the characters. Batiste and Lucio are just so good at rush. And like, if you're going against like a team like DP who's like running like Lucio with the Ana or BAP, it's gonna be a very hard time for the Mercy and Moira to keep up with that. So yeah, I would like to see maybe a more traditional rush come out with the Lucio, with the BAP, instead of the Mercy comp they were running before. But yeah, that's or even potentially that ball comp like I was saying before, but very good from Dragon's Bite. I'd like to see that maybe come out of them too, if they're comfortable enough to pop that out.
All right, and if you're Dragon's Breath, what do you do? Crap.
What? Oh, like what?
Oh,
So,
sorry.
well, oh, 1 sec. Okay.
Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm trying to multitask. I can't do
Oh,
that.
it's okay. It's all good.
How do you come
Don't
back
worry.
from how do you come back from 0-2 on Havana?
Okay. Hear me out. I mentioned it 3 times already, but I'm gonna mention it the 4th time because I was that impressed with it. Havana is a very wide open space, right? And you see a lot of teams will like to run either the rush at the front gates on the defense, or they like to run the poke double barrier. If I'm Dragon's Bite, I go for the ball comp. And I'm serious. I know I've been saying it a lot with Dragon's Bite, but that ball is insanely good on Havana. I mean, first of all, ball is just one of the best main takes of the game. But second of all, like that character could do some wonders when it comes to isolating support. The wide open space allows for that ball to get that free reign. You have a lot of places you grapple onto on that first point, and I feel like you could get a swift capture and catch DP off guard here. Now, on second point and third point, yeah, maybe not the ball, especially on that third point. However, I think on that first point, that's definitely if you want to stick to if you are Dragon's Bite. No
So
swaps get not up yet. Nick? Are you expecting any swaps to come out on either side?
I was just about to ask that too. It's like
Oh wow.
if you're looking at these teams and you're the coach, what are you calling out? What are your swaps? Or what do you stay with? What's been working extremely well? And yeah.
Oh, looking like we are going to see that. Ditto will stay in, but Fritz going to be sending out this time. Medium, Mr. Medium Rare, or Mrs. I should say they. Medium Rare will be coming in here. Teen Duck going to be staying in with Crow, but we're going to see one more swap. Ook is going to come in here. Oh, never mind. Fred's going to be going to the support. I didn't realize that. Never mind. Fred's going to be going to the support and Ook coming in. So a completely diverse, different support line that you saw from the last 2 matches from Dragon's Bite. I'm looking at profiles here because I was a bit curious. Ook looking like they're a lot more comfortable on that Batiste and Ana. So I'm very curious if we're gonna see maybe that dive come out with the Winston of the Ana. I'm very because it's looking like Ook is a lot more comfortable, or we might maybe see the rush with the Batiste. Very very excited to see what comes out of that for the side of Dragon's Bite. EP gonna be posting their swaps coming up here. Typing in fiercely into this chat right now. He's been for a couple minutes, and there we go. Main tank Bambi gonna be swapped out for Lido, who's coming back in. Insane Strollzo gonna be the support or DPS still, and support line. We're gonna be seeing Nat staying in, but the Holy Chuck himself returning from map 1, taking out Juju.
Alright, all we're doing is just waiting for readies now.
Mm-hmm. And I gotta say I have not seen John and Lido play together in quite some time. Back in Oasis, it was usually this Zen and Dawn's show when it came to the pink line. It wasn't really John and Lido together usually. So it could be interesting to see these two going together. It might be a first time theme for them, or it might be something DP's been practicing, hiding in the shadows, to pop out randomly one day. But Nat and Chuck, though, if you are from Oasis, is a quite exciting thing to see. Classic support line between these two. Chuck coming in on that main support role when DP needed it most, and filling that vacant slot. And Nat, used to be a starter, honestly. Used to be playing every map for them with that Baptiste. So yeah, it's gonna be cool to see these two coming back together. This classic support line coming back together to maybe show something off here in Broad's Tacos.
Now, I know that you've been talking a lot about how they should run the ball, and I do agree with you. Oh, hang on a second. Now, I do agree with you. But what do you run with the ball?
That's a great question. So, for me personally, if I had to choose a ball comp, the team to practice, I would run Ball Diva, but if you can't run the Diva, Ball Sigma. Ball Diva, understandably, it's that traditional dive. But with the Sigma, if you're on the Sigma, you could have your ball kind of be more of like a poker, where he kind of pokes and like disrupts the back line, kind of be an annoying little twerp, that ball is. And you have the Sigma staying in the kind of the front line presence, kind of poking the damage on the front while the ball does the back, kind of like a pincher. And then for DPS, that's the most diverse. You can have the Tracer, you can have the Echo, Hanzo. It's very, very, very diverse. But I would mostly go for, if I had to choose, I would go for the Tracer Echo if you're going to run the Diva. And if you're going to run the Sigma, then I would go with like the Tracer Hanzo, the Tracer Ashe. I have the Ashe sit back and poke with the Sigma. And then for supports, I usually would always run a Brig. I don't know if we're going to see that from Dragonspite, but I would always run a Brig with the ball and then have a Zen or Ana with them. When you have the Zen, you are prioritizing damage over the heal, and you're focusing those Discord targets. With the Ana, it's more if you're not comfortable with that and you want more of a burst heal, you play the Ana instead. And readies have been given on both sides, it seems, so we are ready to go.
Traveling to Havana.
Alright, so Havana map 3, white 8. I gotta say, scary map for certain teams. It's so easy to get hold close here.
So, I saw a flash of something. Do you think we could see like a Doomfist or something?
Maybe. It would be interesting if we saw the Doom. Doom has some difficulties here on Havana with how wide it is. He doesn't have a lot of room he can play around. Doom is more better for map point 2 on Havana, but it's definitely a possibility that could catch one of either sides off guard.
Ready.
But it's not looking like we're going to see that. We're going to be seeing the Rush comp with the Sombra and Reaper. I like to see that. Sombra, a very underrated character coming out here on the side of Dragonspite. Especially in rush comps. If you could coordinate the hack and rush range them, you are game. If you are Dragonspite here, EP going to be running a double barrier. It looks like with the Hanzo Ashe, a very standard poke here on Havana.
Your support has arrived.
Going to be holding close here as Dragonspite is. It's definitely to play on Havana if you're playing this rush comp. You want to hold close and keep holding this point in gas station until you die. DP going to be going off of that double barrier, going straight to the traditional rush, whip and same on the Reaper and Strozo on the Cassidy. That comes out on a Lido. Lido already so low. He can get it early taken down. However, Strozo fighting Crow is a great time for DP. You gotta find a couple more pace if you want to win this team fight. And there we go. Medium rare gone. Ditto gonna fall just after him, it seems. Just like that, even with Lido gone, DP gonna confidently win that team fight here. Oh, massive anti-nade, but unfortunately, not a lot of people on the side of Dragonspite to capitalize on that. Ook just gonna back up here. EP now going to be holding aggressive. They want to get this match to speed in before the Sombra can build up an EMP. We're going to hack. Here we go. Stun comes out. VMware taken out instantly. Deleted. Immort comes out Nat, but a bit off center. But it looks like it might not be needed. Strozel on the kill board right now. Finding 3. Tiny team before he can build up that EMP even further. And with Nat pushing this payload, DP so far looking extremely comfortable here on Hibana. Dragonflight gonna be a last minute swap. Crow gonna be going to that maid and potentially get a wall onto these aggressive pushes here. Lido coming down the main center, charging in, and he's gonna go the hacking is staying, going with the aggressive blossom and won't pay off. The eat is there, but they don't touch point. Unfortunate. If you are Dragon's Bite, you just gotta reset here, back up. Don't get anybody die. But I feel like that won't be the case. Lido with a massive shatter. Dire Phoenix gonna confidently there cap first point. Now, the side of Dragon's Bite, this is not the end of the world for them so far. Second point, you don't have to beat sure, but you have the EMP ready to go with the nano, with the shadow, with the bomb. You probably only need the EMP bomb here if you are Dragon's Bite. Actually, Lido playing so aggressive. Lido goes for the pin. He catches medium. Medium gets the shadow cancel. He's down for the count. No setup ready to go at all, it seems. And DP just walking in, taking a massive lead in this payload push. Nat just sitting here getting that ejected time. And it's looking like there won't be a recontest here for the side of Dragon's Bite. And they won't at all, unfortunately. Dragon's Bite now have to hold for a daunting 5 minutes against DP. That is a great EP, but team take it out instantly, and the bomb combo was not ready to go, it seems, by Ditto. Mediumware getting off the Rhine, going to the Sigma now. No main tank on the present field right now for the side of Dragon's Bite. Gonna be kind of scary when you have this bomb coming out from John. Fritz so low, gonna have to get back to his team, and he does. Bomb coming out, give me a double bomb. The beat comes out from Chuck, but he's taken down quite swiftly. However, the damage might have been done already. Lido gonna find Mediumware isolated away from the team from the bomb there. Crow, no cryo, getting swung at so low, but the nano is there. Ook saving his teammate in the nick of time. Crow will be able to get out, but what cost it? Losing Fritz there. Now we're at the final push. Being Team gone, and DP continues to stampede forward. Medium gone also. Phoenix cannot be stopped. Their thirst for blood cannot be quenched. They're trying to get Nat right now. Immortality up, gonna be able to keep herself up there, and the pan out to Ditto gonna demech him quite swiftly there. Dire Phoenix, I think this is gonna be it. I don't think they need to get back to a point. I stand corrected. Never mind. Mediumware gonna get the pin. Touching point in time. Blizzard is massive. Can anybody capitalize on it? It doesn't seem so. Crow has to cryo this to keep himself alive. Keen gets the teleport in, but he's by himself. Immort back up for Nat to keep herself up away from Team. And Dire Phoenix get a very large number on that time bank there. 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
I mean, it's not impossible, but it's gonna be an uphill battle.
You gotta do a quick team fight hero first, right? Like that's what you have to do if you're Dragon's Bite. You have to speed run this first and second point if you want a shot and then get in the better time bank here.
And even if you do make it to the end, it is still much of an uphill battle.
Bro, it's like sorry, go on.
It's not likely that you'll get another 3 or 4, even the advantage of like 4 or 5 minutes. So it's good luck.
Really, Hibana's just Havona's one of the maps, you know, it's so difficult to attack on. Defend. I mean, a lot of people argue that Havana has a bit of a defender's bias of how the map's designed. It's up to interpretation or opinion, I should say, for what you believe Havana's like, or how you feel about Havana. But for a lot of people, I know it is definitely a difficult map to attack on. However, I like this combo I'm seeing. It's a very goofy, but could be a very successful comp. Pirate Ship, the Bastion with teamed on that roll there, coming out on the side of Dragon's Bite.
Double shield, Bastion, Mercy boost. You got the Immortality field. This is very interesting.
Indeed, but that Sim is gonna be the key point. Teleporting that Bastion around is gonna give you the positioning you want. Teleporting straight to the point. Here it comes, but they can't. Oh, they can't get to it in time. The wall from Insane is absolutely humongous, and then Teen gets taken out before the Immortality can be put up for him. Diving Phoenix could have confidently take that one off the wall from Insane. Ditto on the point by himself, but he's not got much support there. Unfortunately, Ditto gonna get taken out. DP gonna quickly win that first team fight there.
And now they have control of the point, which is huge. They can't surprise TP again because they already know what their scheme is.
That is true, unless they do something a bit crazy here. But look at that game, difficult. The wall, absolutely humongous from Lido. Cheddar comes out with the window. Absolutely humongous team combo there from the DP. That Synergy shining through from the Phoenix is burning red right now. And Dragon's Bite immediately sent back. I just don't think this Bash is gonna work anymore. If you're not gonna have the Sim teleport the Bash, you gotta get off it. But Teen is sticking to it. He's sticking to his guts. It seems like that this Bash is the right play here. And on comes on to him. Already down once again. Teen going first. Once again, a good flux from Ditto. That's gonna be enough, it seems. Absolutely clutch there, coming out from the off tank on the side of Dragon's Bites. And even though DP is getting some people on the board here, some kills with the bomb, now with only 3 members, DP they don't have the spawn advantage, just got to die here. I guess Medium and Crow die, but like, Dragon's Bite should be able to get back in time and get some pace and clean this fight up. Because once DP backs up, which so far they're not. Oh, never mind. It looks like DP will not have to back up or lose his next team fight because they got their maid back and their Lucio back. A Blizzard from downtown coming in from the top rows. Gonna catch the entire window there. And comes on a medium rare. He's down instantly. Diving Phoenix almost lose a player there. Chuck and he hooked, but the shield from Lido there to save him. Diving Phoenix once again win a never confident fight here on the defense. And now once again, if you are Dragon's Bite, you gotta pull something out here. You have a nano, you're gonna have to disc orbs now, Fritz on that Zen. You gotta melt someone like Lido. This is a good start. Lido being aggressive. There we go. Discord onto Lido, instantly melted. Great start there for Dragon's Bite. You gotta continue on. And it seems like they will with that nano onto medium rare. Oh yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing with Strozel?
Bang.
Okay, wow, that's crazy. Strozel gets high noon on Teen. However, he will be taken out at medium rare, and there we go. Great start there for the Dragon's Bite. That's good. That's what you're looking for. Now you just gotta keep this momentum going non-stop. You cannot lose another team fight. If you do, you're in an extremely dire situation if you're Dragon's Bite.
Yeah, I still can't get over that May throw from downtown. That was a full court shot right there.
That man should probably be a basketball player. That is saying he should be. If he can shoot him down that far. Blizzard comes out, Fritz pumping the damage, finding Lido once again. Lido getting capitalized on over aggression, and Ian with the 2K tire, beautifully done for the side of Dragon's Bite. I don't know if they can get another team fight here. It's saying you have to back up. He's their only shot of touching right now. Especially your Strozel falling on the Pharah. Pin comes in with the Blizzard. For whatever, ladies and gentlemen, there is a Transcendence on the field right now, and Fritz clutches it out, gets a massive trans, keeping up the team. Swirly Crow gonna capitalize on the Discord orb under Insane. Sane gone for the count, and Dragon's Bite in overtime will catch this first point here.
And they stagger the Pharah too. That's huge.
Absolutely, and I gotta say, Nick, I don't really understand the Pharah pick coming out from Strolzo here, especially going to second point. And it seems like Strolzo agrees with me. He's gonna be moving to the Soldier 76. On this hog, trying to look for another hit with the hook, they cannot find it. The shield is up in line to block that hook. However, medium rare from the pick, Chuck gets swatted into oblivion. Just like that, that Zen Blade, ladies and gentlemen. I want to put this up quickly. That Discord orb from Fritz and Fritz's individual plays right now, doing wonders right now for Dragon's Bite. Absolutely clutching his team fights out and allowing the damage to be done. And oh, bit of a stagger on John looking like down here. There we go. Bit of a last minute tap from medium rare there. John not gonna be here this next team fight, and this is what you want, like, if you are Dragon's Bite. You want these staggers, you want to continue pushing forward. You have a very limited time, and Lido walled off. Shatter is humongous, medium rare. Weeding away here. Nano onto Ditto, onto the Roadhog, and if the Tyrant combined, that's more likely to be a confident team fight victory for the side of Dragon's Bite. With only a minute on the clock, second point will be captain. There you go. Now 2 minutes on the clock. Dragon's Bite, you've got to keep this going if you want to keep the series forward.
Get behind me.
There, Blizzard. Almost built up for Krell. That is your winning factor here for the next team fight, especially when Insane's gonna have his own Blizzard coming up. Windows also coming out for Nat. That could be also game changing. The hook, it's a great start, hooking John into the team there. John on fire on Discord too is so low. You get D-Max, but why not the freaking pin? What?
That was insane.
Oh, I missed that. Did you catch that, Nick? What happened?
Oh, I was on Lido as he charged. I was on his cam.
Lord, did he charge off the edge?
He did.
Absolutely insane. But speaking of insane, that's very insane to do the play that close. Insane taken down with the pin. Medium Bird capitalizing on that over-aggression there. Absolutely well done for the main tank on the side of Dragon's Bite. Beat coming out to try to counteract this. He eats on the Blizzard. That's a good start. But it might not be enough. Teen is just firing away. Headshot after headshot. Teen is on fire on his Ash. And yes, Insane does get the pick on Fritz. That is quite tragic because now you will have that Transcendence ready to go for this Tac Visor. However, it's not the worst thing in the world. You have the Bob, you have the Shatter, and you have the Nano ready to go to counteract this attack. Here it comes. Tac Visor comes out. Strolzo gonna get instantly countered by this Diva. He will fight Ook, but will it be enough? I don't think so. Lagano getting the Shatter onto him. He's so low on fire now. Gonna have to hold that barrier to hope for Nat to heal him up. But I know it might not be enough. Teen is just a force to be reckoned with. But wait a minute. It might be. Lido, even with the Discord orb, going balls to the wall. And he forces the trans out. Unfortunate for Fritz. Fritz by himself would get pinned into the wall by Lido. Dragon coming down. Overtime now up, and I think this might be it. I don't see how anybody can touch. Ditto melted instantly, and DP will take the series 3-0.
What a game. What a match. What a round.
Oh, indeed. What a game indeed. It was absolutely insane, especially on that first map there in Nepal. It was so back and forth and close with both teams. Here's this free K pin. There's this silly champ 3K pin coming through. Choo choo.
Insane. now it's time for the best part of the whole time, the interviews.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm very excited to see who comes up for these interviews here. So Dragon's Bite's gonna be the first team coming up for these interviews. I'm very interested to see their perspective coming in here. Nick, do you have any questions you're planning on asking them?
Probably just mostly strategy. Like what was your guys' strategy? What would you change going into the next game? Did you guys think you had something down? You guys think you had something down and practiced a lot that just fell apart in game? What was on paper looking good, but then when you actually pulled it out mid-game was like, it needs a little bit of tweaking.
Alright, Fritz and Ook gonna be the first two coming up here for the interviews. I'm very interested to see what they, specifically on Havana there, what encouraged him to go to Zen near the end there, because that Zen did a lot of work with Fritz on that role. I'm very curious to see why they went that Zen and what their plan was around the Zen with the Hog. If they had like any strategy or like kind of like similar off you, but like what you're asking, but like seeing if that was like not like a last minute thing, strategy or something.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome, Fritz, to the interview. We're gonna just get your buddy. Is it Ook or Ook?
Ook.
You're Ook. Okay, good. I had a mini panic attack. I was like, am I saying his name right? Is it Ook or is it Ook? Okay.
No, I'm about to say her name's Ook.
Okay, her. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. From her.
Oops.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Welcome. Okay. You want to start off the questions here, Nick?
Of course. Well, first off, welcome to the broadcasting booth. My first question is, what was something that your team did today that you guys had like all planned out a strategy, and then when you actually brought it into the game, just kind of fell apart, didn't go as planned?
Does showing up count? No. I guess so. Like strategy, something that fell apart. No, nothing really completely fell apart. Some things just took longer to develop, would be the best way of phrasing it.
Okay.
Nothing really that we had like planned out fell apart. I mean, yeah, Havana was literally plan going into that map was like, all right, let's get to third point because we haven't seen third point in like a year of playing in league matches. Either because we held the other team so short or we never made it ourselves on attack. Like,
Okay.
we just never saw third point Havana in a while.
Yes, as Medium Rare put it, the door dropping was very special.
I have completely drawn a blank on what I said my questions were.
It
Right.
happens to the best of us.
True, it does happen to the best of us. A question I do want to ask. So, I noticed going back to Havana here quickly. I noticed you guys ran this Hog in like Zen comp, and it worked out very well for you guys. Was this something you guys like whipped up in that last minute, or was this like an emergency plan you guys had coming on that third point there, or third map, I should say? Because that Zen did wonders.
It wasn't so much of. I will say it wasn't planned going in. We've run a lot of. We've run Hog Zen comps a lot before. You know, with that, it's a lot of high damage output, a lot of pick potential with it. A comp like that, and you know, I just ended up going to it because personally, I was looking at Baptist, realizing keeping the team alive was not helping, and we just need to kill shit faster from like the Zen pick. I think Ditto. That's the same reason that Ditto had made the swap onto the Roadhog as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if that
yeah.
actually answers your question or not.
No, it
There wasn't a
does.
lot of communication. We just swapped.
It was that instinct play. You had it in your head, like, oh, let's go with the instincts, the natural instincts. I like it. I like it. Another question I do want to ask here also. So we saw mostly a lot of the same like DPS line come out here tonight. We saw a lot of like we saw Crow come in a lot. We saw Teen. Am I saying his name correctly? Is it Teen?
Tienda.
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 Oh, my bad. Okay, apologies in cast. Then I called him Teen because I didn't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. My bad. But Tiende.
Mr. Tienda.
Tienda. Okay. Tienda. Okay. I'll make sure I remember that. Tienda. We saw. Do you guys have any future players you want to pop out in the DPS role, maybe, or like are those you guys your bread and butter that you're gonna play in like every match in the future?
Are we talking about like fire specific, or I mean, if
In this, yes. In
those of you
Fire-
guys that didn't know, like I mean, that last map was almost picture what we ran in mild last week for our lineup.
Oh, okay.
Say because that's actually that's a fun fact before we go too much further, because this may derail half your questions. Because actually with DB we only have, as I put it, 2.5 actual fire players on the team, depending on how you want to count it. You have Priestler, who was unable to finish all of his placements and be here tonight, and then you have Everett, who is also unable to finish all his supports due to real life, so he was also unable to play tonight. Everett is a 3.4 DPS off rolling for us, and then Priestler's would be a DPS because he peaked like 3260 and 3290 on tank and support respectively. So he would have ordinarily have been one of the DPS in for us. He's like 28 something, I think. They've been with the team for a while, which is why we keep him around and let him play on the fire team. Because actually, with the roster we had tonight, me was the only one who actually had a legitimate fire SR. Like everyone else is their mild roles was what they were playing.
Oh, okay. I didn't
So
know.
I guess if this was a mild match, I know you guys probably saw Hulk smash on the sidelines. Hulk would have definitely gotten in if this was a mild match. Tienda and Crow, what is, they've been with us for a while and they've played higher SRs a lot of time, even though they're only low plat, high gold DPS. Tienda goes back between me, Tienda, Chips, Tony, and a couple of us other ones are, I mean, still gold, plat, low plat, and silver range. We played in a couple leagues where we were up against legitimate like Diamond Masters players, so we're used to getting our teeth kicked in. We're used to like having to play up against a higher elo, which is why I'll say that was part of the decision there. And plus Hulk, try and make sure he also gets a lot of play time on the map as well. It's just a little bit of an issue, probably just cropping up and competing at the higher elo of a fire tier. I love you, Hulk, though. If you're watching, you know that.
Very, very wholesome. But most definitely, yeah, it's always hard to play up to these higher ranks, and it's very cool to see you guys coming out here and performing very, very well against the higher ranks teams here tonight. And that's honestly all the questions I got. Do you have any questions? Any more questions, Nick, or did you remember the other question you wanted to ask?
I did not, and I do not have any more questions.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that'll be it then. Thank you two for coming on. And great job tonight. It was a very, very fun game to cast.
Oh, for sure, it was a fun game to play in. As regardless what the score said, it was. I actually enjoyed all 3 maps all the way through, personally.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Most definitely, it was very enjoyable to watch all 3. Thank you two for coming, and I hope I will see you guys soon. Maybe in the future, have to commentate one of your matches. Maybe, who knows?
Definitely.
For sure.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
As
You
well.
too.
Alright, so the next 2 is Lido and Gannett.
All right, here we go.
Lido, and send them invites.
Okay, there's Nat. Hello.
Okay, hello, hi.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
And there's Lido. Hello, welcome.
Hi there.
Hello.
Welcome to the commentation booth. Very comfy in here. I want before you ask your question, Nick, I want to start off with a question I do have. It's about what happened here at the beginning with a bit of your SR problem with Zen and Cross. Cross is a player I was actually hyping up a lot in the beginning, so then immediately have that SR problem, so we didn't get to see him. But how did you guys what did you guys think for that, right? Like, what was your mindset? What was your backup plan? Who were the players you were going to sub in if that didn't work out? And like, what was it, or what you subbed in just kind of like a last minute thing you weren't planning on doing?
Well, yeah. So we had been stressing to them since we joined BT about doing all their placements, and it just kind of slipped some people's minds, which is understandable. People have things in their normal lives, so it was not expected, and so we had to do a lot of last minute calculations. So I'm very sorry about that delay. We really were trying our best to get that done as quickly as possible, and we kind of just resorted to like what we could play together, because some of our players are a little bit higher, and we wanted to make sure the average was legal.
Luckily we also actually had a secondary lineup for other maps, and basically what we did was copy that other lineup.
Yeah, and just switch in a couple players here and there. Yeah.
All right. That's pretty interesting. So you ran basically your King's Row or your Havana lineup on Nepal.
Yep.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was kind of a combination of like the two lineups that we were wanting to run.
Yes.
So it was like like a Dragon Ball Fusion dance version of it that
the poultry earrings, yeah. Bob throwing the earrings at each other. All right, I see. Nick, you got a question you want to spit?
Yeah. Did you guys? Was there anything that you guys think that you guys had on paper, like a strategy? Sorry. Did you guys have any strategies that were like on paper that when you brought to the actual match you thought probably needs a little bit more of a revision?
For some maps, like we were actually planning on walking out on double shield on attack on Havana, but then we had to switch it up because they were at the spawn door. So
yeah, we saw they were gonna spawn camp, so we were like, oh nope, time to do something else.
That went out the window. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also we just recently were like deciding to do a lot more of the spawn camping on Havana too, so that was something that we kind of started implementing a little bit more as well since the last time we scrimmed this team.
Alright.
Was that something you picked up, like it was a weakness, like that aggressive spawn camp play, or was it something you were practice against this team in a scrim, or and practicing in general?
Well, I think when we scrimmed them, it was a pretty informative and good scrim, and we thought that maybe a little bit of aggression would be something that they might not be able to handle super well. So it's something that we did take into this to try and implement, I think. And I think we were able to do that sometimes, and sometimes we got a little ahead of ourselves and, fell on our faces, but that's all right. We learned.
All right, yeah. Just one last question I want to ask. I'm very curious to ask. So I noticed Bambi and Zed were originally going to be the original starting lineup here, and Bambi is known for that main tank. He hasn't played in BT in quite a while. If I remember correctly, he was a 2019 player in BT before he moved to Oasis. But Bambi is known for that Reinhardt, that aggressive Rein. Really likes to go in at the Lucio. He loves the Moira Bab. Was Bambi or Zen going to be on the off tank there, or were you guys playing something a bit different, like a double main tank?
Well, I'll try to keep my cards a little close to my chest here, but I would say that they are a very good combo, and it might have been something that people were not expecting if they do know Bambi and what Bambi plays, because I think we have some secrets up our sleeves that we can pull out in later games. I think that's all I'll say about that.
All right. Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you have any more questions, Nick?
Just one last question. So say, hypothetically, of course, it went to game 4 and game 5. Did you guys have strategies for those games, or was it kind of just a panic? I don't know what to do now. Just throw the playbook out the window.
We had strategies. We had some lineups planned, and we had some ideas. And when we scrim, we try to do 5 maps so we can get as many like possibilities of like what we could possibly be going against in a game. So like, and even if the other team leaves, we do an internal so we can get as much like we can have as much to like fall back on as we need to. So we did have some plans up our sleeve, and we were prepared for literally anything.
All right, that is all the questions I got.
I'm out too,
Great.
so that'll be all for you guys. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It was exciting first game in BT.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Alright, take care. Bye.
Good night. Thanks for commentating, you guys.
Of course.
All right, that's
Now-
it for the interviews. Is
Now-
there do we have any like MVP picks here?
We do. We have to pick 1 tank, 1 DPS, and 1 support. And we have to pick 1 and 1 from each side, if that makes sense.
Okay, so like one tank for dragon, 1 tank for diving, right?
No. You pick 1 tank in general, 1 DPS
Okay.
in general, 1 support in general, but you can't have all 3 Phoenix or all 3 Dragon Bite. One person has to be the other team, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay. So my early candidates for either dragons I have my Dragon Bite pick. I was thinking Fritz on that tank, and his ball I thought was very well done. I thought his Rhyme was very good there. And he even has that flexibility to go on the support near the end. Though I'm going to be nominating him for the tank. I don't know if you agree with that. You can challenge me if you want, Nick.
No, I do agree with that.
Okay, so Fritz will be a tank. Now for DPS, I was actually thinking of doing Strolzel. I think Stroll had a very consistent game, especially on that torp there on Kings Row. He was very much of a game changer player, especially there on Kings Row, and even on near the end there on Havana. I was thinking Strolzel for DPS.
I do agree. I agree with that too.
Okay, and then for supports, I was 100% thinking of doing Nat, because I think Nat had a very good back game. She played Ana for, I would say, a couple minutes there on the defense on Kings Row, but it was mostly the BAP show, and I feel like it was very consistent, very well done. If you know Nat from Oasis, you know that is like her bread and butter character, her go-to, and just as consistent as usual. So I would say Nat for support.
And I agree with that 3.
All right, nice.
So that was Fritz for tank.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Strolzel for deep. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. I also struggle with multitasking. I'm with you on that.
Well, I can't find paper, so I'm writing it out of my hand real quickly. So Fritz for tank,
Oh,
Stro for
okay.
DPS, and Nat for support.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So, would you like to close this out?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not? Thank you all for coming here tonight to this round 1 of BT Fire tier with Dragon's Bite versus Diving Phoenix. It was a bit rough, in the beginning there with DP having to do those last-minute swaps, but I feel like we pulled it out very wonderfully here to the end. I was SD Temple, your play-by-play commentator.
I was Purple Nick 14, your cameraman.
And I hope we see you guys very soon. Thank you all and have a great night.